I sensed something was off the instant she guided my hand to her stomach and whispered, "It's yours." Her voice wavered, not with the rawness of surprise or joy, but with the stiffness of something practiced, as though she had rehearsed the moment alone in front of a mirror. My chest didn't swell with happiness like it should have. Instead, my insides twisted, recoiling from a truth I hadn't dared to confront. For weeks, shadows had lingered at the edge of my mind. Late nights at the office she never used to take. A fragrance that wasn't hers but clung to her skin. The way she suddenly kept her phone within reach at all times, the screen angled just out of sight. Each warning sign I had smoothed over with excuses, clinging desperately to the illusion that everything between us was still unshaken. But now, hearing her declare life inside her, joy and suspicion collided violently inside me. Love pulled one way, fear another. And beneath it all, a gnawing dread whispered, "What if this child isn't mine?" We sat in the living room bathed in soft lamplight, shadows playing across her face. She looked fragile, glowing even, and that made the confusion worse. "Say something," she urged, clutching my hand as if afraid I might slip away. I don't know what to say," I stammered, voice unsteady. "You're going to be a father," she pressed, as if repeating it would chase away the unease written on my face. But I saw something flicker behind her eyes, a flash of guilt, gone as quickly as it appeared. I tried to quiet my doubts in the days that followed. I told myself she was exhausted, that mood swings and sudden tears were part of the pregnancy. I convinced myself that my fears were just paranoia gnawing at me. But denial doesn't hold forever. One evening, as she showered, her phone lit up on the nightstand. I shouldn't have touched it. I knew that even as my hand hovered over the screen. But love often sharpens curiosity more than it shields against it. One message unraveled everything. "Last time was unforgettable. When can we do it again?" The air punched from my lungs. My knees nearly gave out. The words blurred, but their meaning seared into me with brutal clarity. That night, I lay awake staring at the ceiling, listening to the leaky faucet and the hum of the city, wondering how the woman I trusted most had managed to hide an entire world from me. The next morning at breakfast, I couldn't hold it in. "Are you sure the baby is mine?" I asked quietly. Her spoon froze midair. She blinked, then narrowed her eyes. "How dare you?" she snapped, her voice breaking on the edge of fury. But I couldn't tell if it was anger or fear. "After everything, you think I'd lie about something like this?" I wanted so badly to believe her. God, I did. But her reaction was too sharp, too fast, as if she'd prepared for the question long before I asked. From that moment, every movement she made became part of a puzzle I couldn't stop piecing together. She would vanish for hours, return smelling faintly of a man's cologne. Her eyes tired in ways I couldn't explain. Finally, I broke. I followed her one evening, weaving through the neon-lit streets until she slipped into a small bar. Through the window, I saw her, not alone, but surrounded by men, their laughter mingling with hers. Then another man arrived, his arm sliding around her shoulders like it belonged there. She leaned into him, smiling a smile I hadn't seen in months. The sight was a knife I couldn't pull free. That night when she came home, I asked, "Where were you?" "With Sarah," she said, her lie smooth, practiced. "I saw you," I said, my voice tight. The color drained from her face. Silence filled the room, louder than any confession. Then she whispered, "I made mistakes. I was lonely. You were distant. I thought you didn't want me anymore." Her words gutted me, as if my love had somehow vanished, as if my years of devotion had meant nothing. "And the baby?" I asked, my voice breaking. Her gaze fell to the floor, tears brimming. "It could be yours," she admitted, "but it could be theirs too." The world crumbled in that moment. Every promise, every plan for our future, collapsed under the weight of her betrayal. I wanted to rage, to demand answers she could never give, but instead I sat in hollow silence, staring at the woman who had split me apart. "I loved you," I whispered. "I still love you," she pleaded, reaching for my hand. But I pulled away. Love, once broken, doesn't heal so easily. Days turned into weeks. She begged for forgiveness, swore she would change, promised the child could still be ours if I just chose to believe. But trust, once shattered, is jagged. It cuts long after it breaks. When the baby was born, I went alone to the clinic for a paternity test. The results only confirmed what my gut had screamed all along. The child wasn't mine. On my last night in our home, I stood by the crib, staring at the tiny clothes folded neatly, a future that would never belong to me. She came up behind me, sobbing, begging, "Please don't leave. We can fix this. The baby needs a father. I need you." I turned to her, my chest heavy as stone. "No," I said quietly. "The baby needs his father. And you need to face the truth." Her cries followed me as I walked out, each step echoing like a tolling bell. Even now, I replay that first moment. The night she placed my hand on her stomach and told me a lie wrapped in the promise of a miracle. Love blinded me once, but betrayal gave me sight. And though I still ache for the life that could have been, I know one thing for certain. I deserved better than her lies. And deep down she knew it too.